everybody, it's Jody back with another review for you. This is another video in my little travel ukulele series, and this time I have the Flight Travel Ukulele right here. This is the TUS-50 model, which has those cute little salamander rosette. So let's get into it. This is a travel ukulele, largely in part because it is made mostly out of plastic, and it's made out of ABS plastic. So the body and the neck and the fretboard and the bridge slash saddle are all ABS plastic. The only wood on here is the top. It's a laminate walnut wood, and there's also a laminate walnut wood veneer on the headstock. The advantages, big advantage of plastic ukulele is its durability. You can take it anywhere, and it's not going to be affected by changes in humidity, which wooden ukuleles will be. And even, this part's all waterproof. But, the top part is laminate wood, but if you took it somewhere and it got wet, I would just wipe it off immediately on the front. But I wouldn't worry too much about that either, to be honest. So yeah, that's the big advantage of these travel ukuleles, is that they are durable and you can take them virtually anywhere. This one, as I mentioned, has it's different from the outdoor ukulele and the waterman ukulele, which I've reviewed both on this channel, in that it does have that wooden top. And I think that affects the sound, which you heard in the beginning, and you'll hear some more later. There are some other travel ukulele in their series. There's a TUS-35, and there might be a TUS-40. And they also have laminate wood, but it's not walnut. And this one is slightly more expensive than the other two, and I suspect it's because of the walnut. The other ones are made out of linden, which I'm not even really familiar with, so I can't say much about it. Also, this is the only one with the little engraved rosette, but the other ones have really cool colors and stuff, and some of them even have like printed patterns on the front. So all of the series are really fun to look at, aesthetically pleasing, and I think the coolest looking out of the bunch of travel ukuleles that I've reviewed. This one also has this arched back, as you can see, and that's pretty cool because it really helps with the projection. This is a loud instrument, as you will hear again in a moment, and that's largely due to this arched back, which is very pleasing to touch. It's not completely. It's got this part in the middle that you can see is smooth. So by comparison, you can see the rest is not completely smooth. It's got like a little bit of texture to it. Likewise, so does the neck. If you can see, it's got like a little fake wood grain to the neck, which makes it kind of pleasing to touch versus just smooth plastic. And even the fretboard, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but even the fretboard has a little bit of like fake wood grain like texture. Speaking of the fretboard, it has a 0 nut, or 0 fret, which is right below the nut. It's really hard to see. There we go. See that right there? It's called a 0 fret, and traditionally 0 frets help an instrument to helps it to have good intonation and lower action, and this instrument does. It's very easy to play, and that's very important with these travel ukuleles with the plastic saddle, because you can't adjust the action. It's however they made the mold, they're all going to have the exact same action, so that's good to know that they're all going to be consistent. But if it's bad action, like the waterman, that's not good. And this one has really good action. So action is the distance from the strings to the fretboard, and this one, it's very nice, so it's easy to play. And pretty good intonation as well. Not perfect. It's never perfect, though. It comes with the keyless strings, which I'm going to experiment some other strings, because I don't think it's almost too loud, honestly. It is very loud, and this is my year of experimenting with strings, so when I switch strings, you'll hear a sound comparison of the Aquila and then whatever other strings I put on it. It's got these little little fretboard markers, which I don't love. I think it's a little cheesy. Some people will love them though. They got little flowers and a butterfly. The other thing, I mean, I have very little negative things to say about this ukulele, but one of them would be that these two fret markers are not flush. The fret markers are like plastic, so they are inlaid, which is good because that means they're not going to rub off. But these bottom two are not flush, so I can actually feel them, and they've got like jagged edges. So not a big deal. I'm sure that can be filed down, but I did notice that. And the frets are painted like that silvery color, as you can see. Now, I thought that would mean that they would rub off, but they have not rubbed off yet. And I got this ukulele used. Somebody gave it to me from his collection. So it was played before I got it, and then I've been playing it. And so far, none of the frets have worn off even a little. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what they did, what kind of like seal they put on top, but it seems to be working. It does have the side fret markers. Yay, flight! Good job. Every ukulele should have these, and I don't know why they don't all, but this one does. So very good. The tuners are fine. They're open geared tuners, and they work. I don't really notice tuners unless they're bad, and these do the job just fine. So nothing negative to say there. Let me just show the Rosette one more time because it's so cute and pretty. On their website, they say that was a hand-drawn design. So very cute. It's like laser etched into the wood, as is their, oh, actually, their logo, I don't know, I think it is like a sticker, but it's not etched in, but yeah, there's their logo. The only other negative thing, honestly, that I can say about this, and it's totally personal preference, is I don't really like this color of the neck. I feel like it's so light compared, like when you look at that, I think that it doesn't match. I think more of a brown color versus yellow would have looked better. Although I do like the way it looks here. I like that contrast on the headstock. I think that looks pretty cool. So there you have it. Those are the only two little negative things. Not flush, fret marker, and yellow neck. Let's see. I guess I'll play it a little bit more, and we'll talk about the sound. I've already mentioned it's very loud. Decent sustain, not like a huge sustain, but it's got a little bit. I think it's kind of got like a warm sound compared to my outdoor ukulele, especially pretty warm and very booming. Not so much bark to it, but just really loud. I like it. I've been playing this a lot. As I'm working on a new song, and this is the one I've reached for the most to play. So the sound quality is comparable to some of my other ukuleles as far as I want to play it. I like it. Some of the other outdoor ones, it's almost like not outdoor, it's some of the other travel ones, it's almost like a compromise. Like, oh, it's pretty good for a plastic ukulele. I don't know. I like this one a lot. Let's do a little finger picking. So I think this one sounds pretty good picked as well. My other two I think sound better strummed. This one I think it sounds pretty good both ways, honestly. So yay, flight. Let's talk a little bit about the price, and let's talk about whether or not I recommend this as a beginner instrument. The price, it's hard to say. I don't want to say too much because obviously that can change through time and things like that. But this ukulele, I live in the U.S. and it's not so easy to get. It's easier to get if you're in Europe or Slovenia, which is where they are founded. On Amazon, you can find it like on the U.S. Amazon, and it's going to be right now. This one, the TUS-50, like I said, is a little bit more expensive, and I think it was like $70. They have other ones that are just linden wood that are stained different colors, and those are a little bit cheaper. There actually weren't very many on Amazon when I looked today. There's a few on eBay as well. Again, about that range, $70. If you go to their website, they will send you a link. They have a link there to musicroom.com. I think that's what it's called. And there's a lot of other countries that they sell to through that website. And the cool thing about that is that a lot of YouTubers who have reviewed this have their own discount code for 20% off. 20%, that's pretty good because that would make this like $54 or $56. So if you live in the UK or lots of places in Europe, you can get 20% off, and then it's an even better deal. So I will post links to that. But regardless, what $55 to $70 US dollars, I think is a really good deal for this instrument because it's got great, all of them are going to have great action. It's got great intonation. It's got a nice sound, and it's really practical. It's really durable, and you can take it like lots of places. So I think it's a great value, and I recommend it. As far as for beginners, I do think it could work as a beginner instrument because it is easy to play. It'll be easy to learn, especially if you're working with like small kids, or if you want to buy a bunch of ukuleles like for a classroom that are going to be, you know, kind of beat up. These aren't going to get beat up. These are going to withstand a lot. So I think it'd be great for that application. I think they say on their website they're good for moody teenagers, and I would agree with that as well because they have so many cool designs. So I think it really appeals to like some younger people as well, but also just as a travel ukulele. Anybody who wants a travel ukulele, it's going to go well as an instrument you could take, throw in your backpack. You can take anywhere. So it's really good for a lot of different applications. For beginners, I don't know. I guess I feel like a beginner should have a wood instrument, even like a laminate wood instrument, just because in their mind, then they know this is not a toy. And if it's a little kid who's never played before, they still might think of this as a toy. I don't know. But I'm going to ask your opinion because I am giving away a ukulele in the very near future. And not this one, but it's also a soprano, and it's brand new. It's an Enya soprano ukulele. And anyone who comments on this video, adding to the discussion of whether or not they think a plastic travel ukulele would make a good beginner instrument for your first instrument, will get a bonus entry when I do that giveaway. So it's my little thank you for watching 13 minutes of me talking about a flight ukulele. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about whether or not you think this would be a good beginner instrument. And go to Flight Ukulele website because I really had fun over there. I read the whole About Me section, and they're a pretty cool company, and they're growing. This year they're adding a Princess series, which is going to be more solid wood instruments. I think that's really exciting. This travel series was new in 2018, so they're a younger company that's growing, and I think they're doing a lot of cool things with ukuleles. So check them out. And yeah, I think you could purchase one of these without reservations, and you're going to have a lot of fun. So thank you, Charles, for the wonderful gift. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later.